Hello everyone! So today we're just going to take a minute to show you some of our favorite toddler activities. So I have 5 activities planned out. I should say real quick, just as a little disclaimer, I know this is going to be kind of obvious, but all of these should be done under supervision, of course. And yes, Desmond. He's excited to show you. And not all of these are my original idea. I'm sure I've seen most of these on Pinterest, or I think 1 or 2 of them I might have seen on Busy Toddler's account on Instagram. So just keep that in mind. These are not all my creation. They're just things that I have seen over time, and Desi really enjoys them. So I hope you guys will enjoy them too, and we're going to have some fun. All right, so this first activity is super simple. I don't know why this is so fun. I started doing this for Desi when he was maybe a year old, obviously with a smaller box that he was able to reach a little more easily. But he has always just loved it. So I just take a box, and as I'm describing this, it sounds ridiculous because it's just so simple, but he loves it. So I take a box, I cut some different shaped holes into it, and then we take balls and I tell him, put the ball into the square or put it into the triangle. And obviously when we did this when he was younger, he didn't know his shapes yet, and so it was more just practice, but now he can actually follow those commands, and yeah, it's a really good time. He really loves it. This next one also involves a box with holes cut into it. Again, I don't know why this is so fun, but it's just a blast. So this one, it's good for fine motor skills too. We just take popsicle sticks, and I cut a couple different size slits into the box, and then he can put the popsicle sticks into the box. And yeah, he really enjoys this one as well. We've done this one for a really long time too. And I think it's good practice for him. Of course, here he's trying to do a bunch of them at once because he's mastered putting them in, one at a time carefully. So now he has to make it a little more interesting for himself and do a bunch. But yeah, this is a great one and super easy to set up. I don't really remember where I found this one, probably on Pinterest a while back. But it's so great for fine motor skills, again, trying to get those little ends of the pipe cleaners into the tiny holes of the colander. And Desi just loves this one. He's always been really good with his fine motor skills, so I think he is just the kind of kid that especially enjoys this kind of activity. But this time he was really enjoying it even more than usual because I told him to imagine that they were little worms that he was putting into a house. And he has a show that he likes to watch, and there's wormins in it, which he just thinks are so funny. So he had a lot of fun pretending that he was putting wormins into their house. And he played with this for a long time. This is a great one, and this one you can do so many different ways. So you could do rice, you could do beans. It's basically a sensory bin. I just put it in bowls because Desi is really obsessed with baking right now. He loves to bake with me, so I figured this way, using some kitchen utensils and bowls, it would kind of feel like baking to him. So we just call this playing with yucky worms. Again, Desi really likes worms. And the green peas, like split peas, they're just dry split peas, kind of make it look kind of creepy and yucky, and he gets a kick out of that. Funnily enough, this one may have been his favorite. So I filmed these, all in morning. He had a blast getting to do all of these different activities, all in the same day. But despite all of the different ones, he, I think, liked this one the most. We have done this before, but we haven't done it in a while. And it's so random, but he just thinks it's so fun. And this one I haven't seen anywhere else. This one I kind of came up with on my own. One day he had a toy little ring thing and he put it on a handle, and I was like, you know what, we can make this a whole game. So I don't know why it's fun. I don't know why it keeps him occupied, but it does. And maybe it will keep your little one occupied too. Who knows? It's the most random things, right? That kind of keep their attention. And you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. He's having fun, and that makes me happy. So there you go. There's a few different activities to try with your little one. I know they're super, super random and maybe a little weird, but I don't know why. They just love them. It's just so fun. It's the most random stuff, right? They always say you can buy your kid a bunch of fancy toys or whatever, and they're gonna end up playing with the cardboard box. So yeah, hopefully these will keep your little one entertained and maybe, help them practice some little skills too, their fine motor skills and that kind of stuff. And yeah, thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Bye bye.